Welcome to the Throttle Up podcast. We've got Paul Turpin here.
How's it going?
Paul's a guy I kind of ran into a few times when we were racing pure stocks, and since then we've become pretty good friends on that side. Kind of helped each other out a little bit whenever we race pure stocks together. So I think you got a pretty cool story. You're still pretty young. You're 20 years old, and like myself, I mean, you started young when it comes to racing, but you started especially young when you were 13. So I've got to ask, before we get into your racing background and all that kind of good stuff, what was like your upbringing like in terms of racing? Because you've always been a part of a racing family. So what was all that like?
Dude, every weekend, racetrack after racetrack after racetrack.
Yeah.
I mean, like nonstop. I think the best part about racing for me was, I'm gonna have to say, like, watching my dad do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, anytime he was home, whatever, it was always race car stuff.
Yeah.
Whether it was dirt racing on TV, NASCAR, anything that had to do with cars, it was on.
Yeah.
And so I was like, dude, I love these things.
Yeah.
And I was talking to my dad one day. I was like 5. I was like, Dad, I want to race. I've wanted to race since I was like 3, since I could walk. And
I definitely relate with on that. There you go.
yes.
So, yeah. And then, so you were probably just helping your dad out at the racetrack all the time, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Or were you kind of in the grandstand kid?
Both.
Both, okay.
Yeah. The most I ever did was probably help him put his racing net up. It's probably like the only thing he let me do.
Oh, okay. So before you started racing when you were 13, before you started racing, what all were you, like, pseudo crew chief at that time? Like, going back to like 2018, were you kind of finally stepping into more of the final crew roles, or was it all just kind of put the window net up and all that kind of good stuff?
It was more of like the put the window net up and figure it out.
Okay.
That's exactly what my dad told me. He was like, there's nothing I can teach you. You have to learn it.
Okay.
Which he gave me tricks, but he was like, I can't. Like, you have to know what the race car is doing and how to adjust to the race car.
Yeah.
You know, because anything can happen.
Yeah.
Literally anything.
Oh, yeah. 100%. I think we both have experienced that throughout our racing careers.
Yes.
So 2019, you started racing at Lake Ozark, which you've only raced at, I believe it's only Lake Ozark and Callaway. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you started racing at Lake Ozark. What was the whole process of getting you in the car? I mean, what was that whole process like? What led up to that first start?
Definitely, I was gonna race my dad's Monte Carlo that he had, but he was like, "Let's get you into something that's cooler and a lot easier to maintain than the G bodies, obviously."
Yeah.
And we found a rolling chassis. We drove to West Plains and back in one day, got 2 bodies, and threw it on the race car. Literally just threw a 355 in there, stock 355.
There you go.
And that was the first engine I raced for the first 3 years, actually.
Oh, so for the first part, it didn't seem like there was it doesn't seem like there was any kind of factory in terms of like support. It was just kind of like, okay, well, we're gonna put a engine in a race car and we're just gonna go have fun.
That was the first thought.
Yeah.
So I was like, I just want to do it for fun because it looks like fun. It is fun. And then I was like, I'm starting to get better. I'm like, I can go somewhere with this.
Yeah.
And I was like, we need a bigger motor.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. Found a little bit better motor and doing it in the Camaro, and that's what I still have in it.
There you go. So since you got that better motor, other than oil change and all that kind of good stuff, have you gotten a refresh in that time, or you just run the same stuff?
We did.
Okay.
We did a refresh. Did new valve springs, and whatever refresh we did, I don't know.
Yeah.
My dad sent it off. I don't know what we did. I just know we did valve springs.
Yeah.
That's all it was done.
Usually it's valve springs, a few other things, and they remachine it. send it back to you and all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, I don't think they machined it. I think it was just valve springs and
check over,
make sure it's in time and stuff like that.
Gotcha. Okay, dyno probably.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's what it was.
Yeah, awesome. So, you started racing 2019. What was the first emotions of getting into the race car? How was that year like in that kind of setting there?
Butterflies.
Butterflies, absolutely. Yep.
And that's the thing; they never go away. It doesn't matter how many times you do it. It's adrenaline.
Would you say it's definitely gotten better when you go to?
It's probably the same.
The same for you?
Yeah.
So, do you still get the same amount of nerves, or is it like similar, or is it different in terms of like you're used to it now, a little bit more used to it?
I'm used to it, but it's like knowing that you can strap into this machine, making God knows what.
350 horsepower.
Like 350 plus, knowing
you don't have a good suspension on it because it's a pure stock.
Yeah,
it's 3,000 pounds.
I'm like, this thing's like a boat, and I'm throwing it around on mud.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, anything can happen.
Yeah,
like, it doesn't matter if it makes 20 horsepower, it makes 300 or 1,000. Like anything.
Yeah,
like it could be the last time you strap into something.
For sure.
So that's what goes through your mind, and then once you're on the track, everything just disappears, and you're like, all right, here we go.
Yeah,
it's go time.
Exactly, and I think the only times when I get those nerves back is when we're getting close to the end of the race. I'm like, damn, I could get a good finish out of this. And you relate to that too.
I know that a couple times. I've choked a couple times.
I've seen it. I've seen it, Paul.
Yeah, I know.
But
I think
the racing the pure stocks, you get a good mix of people because you can get like the people like you and me, where we're younger, we kind of want to take this somewhere, but at the same time, we know it's like, okay, this is just for fun at this point. But there's a lot of guys like like you got 30s, 40s, you got some people in their 50s, and then you got people like Stan, which I believe Stan is
like 80. I think he's in his 80s. Or pushing
70, 80, something like that.
I think he's pushing 80.
Yeah, so, and also I know JC Newell, he's not really racing.
Yeah.
You know JC.
Yeah.
JC, he races, and he's, I believe, in his 80s now. And he's been racing for so long, and he's awesome to watch. But you got to get a lot of different ages with that pure stock class. And I mean, I think it was Alan. Alan was also racing in his 80s as well.
Yeah.
In that pure stock class. So you definitely get a good mix of drivers there. And you can kind of test yourself against those different ages. But yeah, I definitely relate to you. One of the things I loved about racing Callaway was that during hot laps and the feature, you could just sail the thing on at the top and on the top, and you're just kind of praying that there is enough grip to keep you on the track. And I gotta say, with all the races I've been at Callaway, I have never slipped a tire over the top. Well, actually, no, I've done it once. Never mind. I've slipped a tire over once, and I was so mad because I was like, why am I'm second place. Why am I slipping a tire now? But yeah, you literally go into the corner and you're just like, okay, how long can I just wait until I need to start turning, braking, so that I can get the nose pointed? When can I just let off, and when is too late? Because if you let off like half a second too late, you're in the woods. So,
you're either in the woods or you're going around. There's no in between. And man, I love Callaway.
Exactly. And
it's such a fast track.
Yes, and if you go, I mean, the thing is, it's not that fast, but it just feels so fast because you're literally riding on the top of a track that at if you slip up or you low a tire, you're over the edge.
Yeah, and then it's not a very light incline either. It's steep. You go over it, your car's going to the side.
Yes.
You're going to two-wheel it, and there's a good chance you flip.
Exactly.
I've seen it a time or two.
Yeah, exactly, at Callaway.
Yes.
And also the thing is, I'm not going to say Callaway's an unsafe track, but there's some, you see like, oh, if I go over the edge here, or like, if I go over the edge here and like something hits and then I'm like almost going into the pit area, So that's a little scary too. It's like, okay, well, there's others I could fuck up too when I'm doing this. So, um, yeah. So I assume that you have the same. You have the same experience with Callaway where it's just like it's going, going, going. And then, what's your favorite track condition in terms of Callaway Raceway?
Tacky.
You like the tackiness?
I love tackiness.
So I loved it when it was slicked off.
Yeah, my car did not.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm a Leaf Spring car. My car don't like that.
Yeah, that's true.
You can run a different setup and be just fine. I kind of just wing it and hope to God it sticks. Like, oh God.
Yeah, I loved it when Callaway would get slick all the way up, and the bottom of the track had a little bit of grip on the left rear. Mm-hmm. Did I spin out a couple times because of that? Yeah. Did I almost hit a tractor tire a few times? Yeah. But the thing is, I love that track condition when I could get it right, and then it was so much fun. But pretty much back to your racing. You raced 2020, you raced 2021. How was those years like, especially with COVID coming in? Because you raced before COVID. Mm-hmm. I did not. Mm-hmm. And then you raced after COVID. What was the transition for COVID, at least from your thoughts?
I think racing before COVID, it's kind of like a hook. Like when you read a good book and then you can't finish it because you got a lot of stuff that you're like, man, I really want to read that book. Yeah. Same way with racing. You started it and now it's like, man, I really want to go. During COVID, there was no racing.
Yeah.
And it sucked. So I'm sitting here playing video games or racing, doing iRacing, whatever I can.
Yeah. It was like teasing you, like, oh, come on. What's going on here?
Like, come on. And after COVID, getting back into it was definitely different story.
Yeah.
Especially taking that 1 year break, it's like I forgot everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing is, when you go back to the track, though, you're like, okay, I'm better than I was the previous year. Like, I'm gonna be, no matter what, it's gonna be easier for me to pick up going forward. I would also say the Pure Stock is probably the hardest car. I mean, I've never driven a Pure Stock. I've never driven a B mod. But in terms of like what I can tell, the Pure Stock feels like it's one of the hardest cars to drive because there's no aids. There's no, like the Super Stock, if your car feels wrong, you can adjust some stuff.
Mm-hmm. Thing with the Super Stock is you can adjust it on the go.
Yes.
And that's why I think Pure Stocks is like one of the hardest things, just because we don't have fifth arms.
Nope.
We don't have track bars. We don't have any of that. We don't have manual adjusters inside the car with us at all times.
We have a stock shock. Mm-hmm. We have a certain set of springs that we have to go off of, and they have to be consistent.
Yes.
And then, not only that, I mean, you got this tire that, I mean, let's be honest here, everyone's using old tires except a few people.
Yeah. All the people that have got money are not running old tires. I'm running 12-year-old tires. Yeah. That's what I was running. I'm like, man.
Yeah, so you picked up a set of tires from my old set from last year on the asphalt side. So
yes, I did.
Hopefully that will kind of help you out a little bit there.
I'm hoping so. I'm really eager to try those.
Yeah, for sure.
So eager, because I've never had at least a half-assed decent set of tires like that.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, I was glad because I was like, damn, these are only like 40 laps old. I was like, oh, let me just give them to Turpin. Let me give them to Paul.
Yeah.
But I think it was, yeah. So I mean, obviously when I raced, I used old tires, and I would buy them like $10 off people because a lot of the B mod guys just didn't want their tires anymore. They're like, come get them, and so I'd buy them for $10 from people. And I got a full season on my right rear the final year, 2024. I did a full season on that right rear. And, I mean, I won heat races. I should have won some features. Car problems just happen in a certain way. But, yeah, so then we go to about 2022, 23. How was that all like? Because then you started racing at Callaway. When I started racing Callaway, similar time. What was your first thoughts of Callaway? What was that change going from Lake Ozark, which had been a bit more of a bull ring? In my opinion, it's a little bit easier to drive, to Callaway. What was that transition like?
Going from a track like the Lake where there's only 2 lanes, high or low, you pick one, go. Like the middle, there's never a middle there. And then going to Callaway, definitely different.
There's so many lanes you can choose.
There's so many.
Yeah.
Like you can, like for me, my car liked the high side.
Yeah.
Like there's been a couple times where I ran the low side, it did okay, and then like 5-6 laps in, I moved high side because all that good stuff's going up on top, and it like full tilt all the way around.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not going nowhere because I'm running 12-year-old tires, but
there'd be a few times that I'm just like, "What are you doing, Paul?
Yeah,
Get off my right rear."
Yeah, there's been some times I'm like, am I going to hit him, or am I not?
I feel like we always were just like connected some way.
There's always, you were either at the front behind me, or you were in the back with me, or we were up front together running top 5.
Yeah.
And
it was definitely, every time we seemed like we were racing against each other, we would end up near each other. So what would you say is the most memorable moment of us racing against each other, in your opinion? For you?
Definitely the night that you hit the same tractor tire twice in a row.
I did not hit the tire. Let's be clear.
I'm going to have to say that.
Let's be clear. I did not hit the tire. I just avoided the same 2 tires in the same exact position, rejoined the track in the same exact way. I think it was like 3 laps separated.
Yeah, that was definitely one of them. I think the other one was whenever what were we battling for? 5th? Just going back and forth, you and I?
I think.
Just like door to door.
Yeah.
I think it was 5th.
I think it was 5th. It was 24. I know that. Either I was having, I think it was some sort of issue. I know there's something that happened that night. I can't remember exactly what happened.
Wasn't it your distributor?
No, I think it was. My exhaust. My exhaust was illegal or something.
Yeah, because it was hanging down like 20 foot.
Okay, all right.
It was dragging the ground.
Well, okay, it wasn't dragging the ground, it was just illegal. Okay, so they put me in the back, and they didn't tell me that they weren't going to score me in the feature.
Mm-hmm.
So I just was running, and we were battling side by side, and I was like, pull in, and they scored me 7th, and I'm just like, why'd you score me 7th? And they said, oh yeah, you're DQ'd because of exhaust. And I was like, why didn't you tell me that? We could have wrecked me and Paul. Like, what the hell?
Right.
So I was kind of pissed about that, but that
was a good night though.
Yeah, it was definitely a good night. Definitely a fun night too. I think, and then the next night we came back and I put a separate exhaust on it and won the heat race. Mm-hmm. Kind of thought that was funny.
Yeah. Like, so it's crazy whenever you don't have a lot of back pressure, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. The car was a lot quieter. I could hear after the races. It was amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then what else? What else did we do? Oh, so yeah, the night that I almost hit the tractor tire twice. Mm-hmm. Pretty much what happened there is I was struggling with a huge wheel because when you're sitting in those pure stocks, you've experienced the same thing. It just feels like you're riding on the wheel, mm-hmm. and you can't move your arms that quick. So pretty much what was happening, I was going to the corner, it was slipped off, and so I'd get to a point where I couldn't go any farther, and the car would just kind of keep going around. Well, the same thing happened twice because I entered the same way, and it just opening with the tires, shot through it, turned back, there was another opening, went through it, kept going, and I did that twice in about a 3-lap span.
Yes.
And then after that, I was like, okay, let me just calm down here. Let's calm down. Just get to the finish here.
Yeah, I don't think people understand that when you're running a pure stock, you have everybody's standard is a 14, 15-inch wheel. Mm-hmm. And nobody understands how big those wheels are until they're in the race car, and there's not much movement.
And you're fully trying to go like this, your
like
arm.
you've got buckles here, and like you can't move. Mm-hmm. And
the steering wheel's like here.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's like in your lap.
So if you're like turning, you're like it's so uncomfortable, especially with all the gear you got beside mm-hmm. you. Mm-hmm. So I went after that. I was like, screw it, and I went to a 12-inch wheel from the 15.5 because I was like, well, my simulator is like on a 12-inch wheel, so I was like, well, might as well go to a 12-inch wheel, which looks stupid in that car, by the
way. Hey, if it works, it works.
You saw it, yeah.
If it works, it works.
I still have that wheel just in case if someone calls me up to race a car because I'm like, well, it's a good size. I mean,
yeah.
It's what I race on the sim. So pretty much we went through that year or that race and kept going on. By the way, if you do want that 12-inch wheel, feel free to let me know.
I've got one on the way.
Oh, smart man. Listen, we know what we want. So then you kept racing 2024, you kind of went back to the lake a few times. Were you there the night that my front end was bouncing like a bucking bronco?
Yes. Yes, I was there. I don't know if I seen it, but my dad came back down to the pit and he was like, "What's wrong with TJ?" I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "He's got his fucking car doing wheelies."
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay, cool." Like, that's dope.
I think so. It was the heat race, and I was running second, and just the car just kept bouncing like a mother. And so I was like trying to control it, and then finally I found a groove, and I think I got back by you or either Cooney, and I passed you guys or passed one of y'all, and then I came back in the pits. I'm like, what the hell is this car doing? We changed the spring. Didn't help. I don't know what it was at the setup on that car.
Yeah, because you came over there and asked me if I had a set of springs on me that you could use.
Yeah, because I was changing that whole setup on that car that night because I was like, just give me something I can drive.
Yeah, that's the thing about the lake though. It's rough
Mm-hmm.
because they run so many sprint car shows on that, and it's not meant for sprint cars like that many nights, and many races for sprint cars.
And also the thing is, when you have a pit area that is completely rock, and then you're dragging those rocks onto the track, that's gonna create bad things on the racetrack, especially with high power sprint cars.
Yes, that's like that one night they did that NOS Energy sprint car show.
Yeah,
I think it was like 25. I think it was 2024.
Yeah.
One of those 2 years, there was like 4 people that had cracked windshields.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know you've probably seen a couple times. You've had a couple big old rocks smack you in the visor.
Yeah, and you're just like you're driving and you're just like, whoa, what the hell just happened there?
Right, like everything's, and it's.
I think Cooney had one night where he his visor got shattered or something like that.
I think so.
Yeah, and that's insane.
Yeah, like that's a big old rock.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was thinking about putting a screen up on my bar.
Like a rock screen?
Yeah, a rock screen, so that doesn't happen. But I'm like, they're just gonna tear it down.
Yeah,
because you got wheels moving, mock Jesus.
Yeah,
it's gonna tear it right through it. Just chicken screens, all it is.
Oh yeah, and also I ran chicken wire my first year whenever I was racing Hornets, and the chicken wire didn't. I mean, it just kind of got all messy and stuff like that. So you have to adjust it every race, and it just became a whole problem. So I never ran it since then. But yeah, what would you say is your favorite racing memory?
Let's start that question with you.
My favorite racing memory?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it would probably be winning Salute to 75 night at I-44, because that was just, that was a great night because I was like, oh, I actually feel like I've got equal machinery to everyone else. And then to go out there and beat a 4-time champion at I-44.
I heard about that.
So I was very happy with that performance, and I felt like I ran a perfect race the whole night. The heat race feature, it was perfect. And so I was very content with that afterwards. On the dirt side, I would have to get back with you on that one. Go for it. What was your favorite racing memory?
Oh man, I think it was whenever I got my first top 3 at Callaway.
Yeah. I think I was there for that.
You might have been. I think the last 5 or 6 laps, me and Cliff Champney were just going back and forth, fighting for third, and his was sticking on low, mine was sticking on high. Like we were door to door.
Yeah.
And everything was great that night. Like I don't know what I did to the car. I was like, let's just throw this together and see if it works. And it worked. I don't know what I did. I wish I did. And I'd run it every night because man, that car.
It was good that night.
Yeah, like you hit the corner, get off of it, come in the action, just.
Yeah.
It was like smooth. And, well, we're coming towards the end of the race. The white flag comes out. We're going into turn 1. And like we said at the beginning, there's a half second where you have to decide. And I decided the second too late, so the car pushed. Well, I finally got it under control, and I'm on Champney's right rear quarter. So we're coming into turn 4, and I'm like, I'm going to send it. Either I'm going to go over the banking, or this thing's going to stick.
Or your top 3.
Yeah. and I sent it. Did like barely. Like I think my right rear was up on the berm, like the highest point without going over.
Hey, when it gets there, it feels good.
Yes, and it's not all the time you hit that.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's very rare that you actually hit that.
Very.
I mean, unless you're Darren Porter and you're just magical whenever you're behind the wheel.
Yeah, and you got like the best setup money you can buy. So there's that. So.
Well, he's very meticulous about his stuff, so good on him for that.
Yes, I will give him props for that. He knows what he's doing when it comes to that. It's not just the money; it's just you got to know what to buy with the money.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, we came off that turn 4. He was in front of me, and like I said, you hit that spot just right. It takes off. Yeah. And I think I beat him. I beat him by 200 thousandths of a second.
Yeah.
Like that was the best night ever. Like me and my dad are down there. He's sitting there hugging me and telling me he's gonna make a racer out of me one day. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, we got it good.
I got you.
So, when you're talking about that, I think the most memorable moment. By the way, me and Brandon Smith, we still joke about it. We're like, yeah, some people dream about going to Disney World. Some people dream about going to Europe or something like that. We dream of one day beating Darren Porter. And
yeah, that's what I told my dad. I was like, the only thing I want in this world more than to go to Disney World is to beat Darren Porter.
Yeah.
Because that's the man to beat.
Yes.
Like, he's not...
He's a great driver.
Mm-hmm.
He's a great person, like, in terms of working on his car and getting all that stuff figured out. He's great on every single level of racing a stock car on dirt. And, I mean, to win your second night out against, like, 15 cars. Also, the last year he ran the Pure Stock, running the Pure Stock and the Super Stock on the same night, and leading 13 laps of the Super Stock feature.
Yeah.
To the point that enough people complained that the track had to, like, outlaw people running Super Stocks, which I was still mad about for the rest of the year.
Wasn't he running the same car that night?
He was running
for Pure Stock and Super Stock. Just putting a four barrel on it.
No, he didn't change car.
Really?
He did not change a single thing on that car.
Man. So he was outrunning Super Stock with a Pure Stock.
Yes.
That's insane.
I think he went second to first in his heat. Which, to be fair, there was a lot of drivers that were, like, really good that didn't make it that night. But he was running against pretty good guys, and he went second to first in his heat race. And in his feature, he led 13 of 15 laps and just lost it. And I came in the pits, and I came over to the tech, and I'm like, dude, oh my God, that was awesome. And he just goes, I'm so mad. I should have won that. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? You just got second in a Super Stock race and a Pure Stock.
Yeah, that's another thing. That first night we had that. I had after my uncle died. Jimmy died. Mm-hmm. That paint scheme that I had.
Yeah,
that was his paint scheme for one of his Camaros.
Mm-hmm.
And that was that night that I don't know if you remember, but I was running first in the heat race.
Yeah,
and I didn't see anybody.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, maybe I do have a little bit of a lead. I shouldn't have said that, because the next lap, going into turn 4, last lap, car jumps out of gear. Jumps out of gear.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. So I'm sitting here trying to slam it into gear, and when my car gets hot, the slave cylinder doesn't like to work.
Yep.
And here I am trying to jam it into gear. So finally, I kind of neutral dropped it, if that makes sense. I just grabbed it up and just boom. That's where the sparks came from. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
I was watching my replay, and there's just sparks from underneath. I'm like,
yeah.
Thank God it didn't break.
Thank God. But yeah, that was definitely an interesting night, because I remember that one. And then, okay, to answer your question, my most memorable night on dirt, there's definitely 2 from my first season, because I feel like your first season, you're like, there's memories of like, oh my God, like that was awesome.
This is awesome, but scary.
Yes. So it was the second night I was in a Pure Stock, and I think in the car that time I was like, I literally can do this against anyone now. I feel like that, because I'd raced the Hornet car, gotten this Pure Stock, and I was running. I remember Darren Porter. Well, I'll figure that out later. I'll say that later. So we were running. I was running 6th, and it was a pretty good night. So it was Darren Porter and Chris Meserly right in front of me. So me, Chris, and Darren were swapping positions almost every lap. I was running bottom, running top. I could go anywhere. Second night in a pure stock. And came to the end of the race. I'm in front of Darren Porter, Chris Meserly, Brandon Smith, in that order.
In front of the top 3. I would probably say the top 3 guys.
Yeah.
That we raced against.
At that time, yes.
At that time.
Yes. So I was in front of them, and I feel under the caution my left rear going down.
Oh, no.
And so my left rear was flat, and I remember Darren Porter came up and pulled up the right side of me, and he's telling me, I'm like, I don't give a rat. We are 2 laps to go, and I kind of gassed it up a few times and kind of felt it. I was like, okay, I might be slow, but I can control it. So we went off, and right before they threw our green flag, I went before because I knew I'm not going to get a good start off the line.
So you jumped?
Pretty much.
Okay.
But I didn't pass 3rd at all.
Right.
So, didn't pass 3rd, but I was slow enough. And Darren and Chris were like, what the hell's going on? So they backed off. And I didn't get passed until out of turn 4. Darren passed me on the inside, and I think Brandon passed me on the outside. And I was like, oh my God, I can do this. I just almost beat one of the top guys in our class with no left rear tire on.
Yeah.
So I came in the pits, and then Brandon Smith comes up to me and he goes, I just want to let you know, Darren said, that kid's a hell of a wheelman. So I think that was the night I was like, damn, I could really do something if just opportunities come in the right order. And then also, I think it was Labor Day weekend, I had spun out while finished running 3rd, and it took me that whole summer to kind of figure out the car because we had so many issues. Thank you to Josh Calvert and Anthony for helping me out on that because that was a whole ordeal that summer. We came back Labor Day weekend and was running 3rd, did great, won my heat race, I believe. Yeah, won my heat race. Then, I went 7th to 2nd in my heat race. Then came back in, changed a couple things, and then we went out for the feature, and I was running 3rd to Darren Porter, Trevor Wilson, and I spun out, and I was so mad at myself, but it was such a wild night because there was, I think, 16 cars. I went all the way to the back.
Yeah, that was that national, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, Pure Stock Nationals. That first one we had.
Yep. So I went from 16th or 14th, whatever it was, and finished 3rd. And literally I was about to pass Darren Porter if we had one more lap, and he just got me at the line. I was like, that was another one. Was like, okay, I can still do this. Mm-hmm. So those were 2 great memories there. But building on that, 2025, of course, we couldn't race a whole lot together, obviously, because I was racing an asphalt car.
Yeah, you switched up on me.
I know. I'm sorry. I left you. I'm sorry. My bad. So you were racing Callaway, Lake Ozark. You kind of got a new group you're racing against. How was that change happen? Go for it.
The 2025, I did run double X at one time.
You did run double X?
Yes.
How did you like it?
Dude, I'm gonna go back.
Dude, I love that place. Back. Dude, that track was so much fun. I'm so mad they only race Sunday nights. And
yeah, I know. That's the only bad part.
Yeah.
Then you got to get up at 7:30 in the morning and go to work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh my God, why did I do that last night? It's like, this is worse than a hangover.
Yes. Yes.
So, but no, double X is the most, I'd say it's the most fun track I've ever been to.
Yeah. No, I was telling my dad, I was like, dude, let's go to double X. Let's go to double X. Go to double X. Because that track's meant for leaf spring cars. So that's an old track. Mm-hmm. That's all they ran on that track was leaf springs. Some G bodies, but I'd say more Impalas, stuff like that is what they ran.
Yeah.
First night we go. I'm running 5th all night. Spin on turn 4.
Yeah.
I got 211 spun out. I'm like, no.
Mm-hmm. I'm not even kidding. I want to buy a pure stock again for the simple reason of I want to race double X again. Like
I don't think they're running pure stocks anymore.
Well, listen, I'm gonna cry tonight.
I don't think they are.
Well, you can still run those pure stock and super stocks.
Yeah,
they will let you do that.
But
I mean,
I don't have the core to do that.
Yeah. I have a buddy who owns 2 super stocks, and I'm trying to convince him, like, just to run. Let me run a race at double X again. Just let me do it, bro. The track was so much fun, and it's so because when you're in a pure stock, there is a sense of like, oh, this is kind of slow, but double X completely takes it out of it because it's not. They say, oh, it's like a quarter mile. No, it's like it feels like a fifth mile. Mm-hmm. So you have to be millimeter perfect, and that's what I love. Mm-hmm. I love that about racing. Whenever you got to be millimeter perfect, and that's why I love asphalt racing because you have to be millimeter perfect. Yeah.
It's kind of how I feel about double X. It's only 2 lanes. You got a high and a low, and it's real small. Yeah. And if you can pass somebody, good job. You can drive.
Also, when it got really slicked off, you could get your right rear on the berm, and it's not like incredibly hard like Callaway. You can get it on the berm, and you can just kind of ride it, and it feels so much fun.
That's what I was doing all night long.
You've done iRacing dirt, right?
A couple times, yeah.
Okay. So, have you ever run a dirt sprint car and like a smaller bull ring on there?
Yes.
Double X, high side, when it's slicked off, feels almost exactly like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
and you can't feel it, but you know what it feels like. Mm-hmm. It's such a good feeling.
Yeah. I swear I want a dirt car again just to run double X. So I understand where you're coming from on that. What classes are they running this year? Do you know?
I know modified super stocks.
So B mods maybe?
Maybe B mods. I think Midwest.
Okay.
And I know definitely sprint cars. They have them every night.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
Okay. Well, you gonna let somebody rent your Midwest mod?
I don't know.
Okay.
I really want to drive it.
Yeah.
I've never. I've sat in modifieds, but I've never drove one.
Yeah.
It's a different animal. I know.
For sure. So I might rent your Midwest mod for you one night.
Ask my uncle.
There you go.
Ask my uncle. He's got a Midwest.
Oh. Okay.
So you might get in touch with him and see if you can.
Heck yeah! There you go.
I'll ask him.
Well, in terms of your racing this year, what's your plans? At the moment.
At least get a win.
At least get a win.
Yes.
So okay. Pure stocks, or are you thinking Midwest mods?
I'm just thinking pure stocks.
Okay.
I at least want to get a win in what I started in. I don't want to not get a win in what I got started out.
The thing is, you have the experience. Mm-hmm. Is the equipment there? Is my question?
No.
That's the only issue. But if you got a pure stock and it's really fast, put this guy in your pure stock because this guy can win, or this guy can win in some good equipment.
Yeah. Stuff that's not paid out of pocket for.
Yes. So pretty much in that terms, you said about money. What in terms of sponsorship do you have for this coming year?
Not too many.
Not too many?
I've got J&J Liquor Store, and I've got Jimmy Sweeping. That's who I got.
Okay. So if a sponsor wanted to reach out to you, how would they do that?
Just DM me on Facebook. It's just Paul Turpin. That's all it is. Or that's really much it.
Yeah. Well, we'll post your phone number on the screen if you want to.
Yeah.
So pretty much, reach out to Paul if you have any sponsorship or if you have opportunities that you want to support some young racers there. But yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that is very, he'll represent your company well in that sense. But yeah, so in terms of 2026 plans, how many races is the goal? How many do you want to do there? You want to stay double X like Ozark Callaway? What's the plan on the trajectory of your races?
Well, first of all, my dad's health kind of put a little stump in my plans for this year because I wanted to go like West Plains, all them places.
Yeah.
But he's had some health issues, and they don't think he's gonna last very long. So I don't I want to kind of stay local so he can go.
Yeah.
Lake Ozark probably. Definitely going to run Callaway a few times. Probably not as much just because it's like an hour drive for me.
Okay.
And hopefully the race for Riley this year, if I get my Midwest done.
Yeah.
At Double X.
Yeah.
And that's where I plan on going.
That's a good race. I would definitely say one of the things that racetracks need to do a better job of is incorporating the drivers into activities with the fans.
Yes.
I-44 does a great job of that, but I definitely think, I know Fulton, I've talked to Justin Hawkins and a few of the other guys, and I know they're trying to do the same thing there. But the race for Riley does a great job of incorporating fans with the drivers there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely a race. Like, did you do race for Riley last year?
Yeah, that was the one race I did.
Okay, so you can attest to the fact that they incorporate the drivers. They make it feel like, okay, this is an event where you can interact and not just here's cars on a track.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Here, give me your money, and here's some race cars. Enjoy the show.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, when promoters actually incorporate the drivers into autograph sessions, kids bike races, I-44, kids bike giveaways, those are all really good to kind of help out and really, aid in kind of growing the sport, because that interaction with the drivers is what fans need to kind of connect. Because if a fan has a great moment with a driver, they're going to remember that driver, and they're going to be like, oh, I want to see that driver at the racetrack again. So I know I'll be talking to Justin when he comes on and all those guys about doing that at Callaway definitely this year. But yeah, so in terms of where would you like to go in your racing, and what's kind of like the ultimate goal there?
Race on TV.
Race on TV. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Great goal there.
Like, I want to go to Gateway Internationals this year.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go so bad. Even if I just have to watch, I want to go. I'd rather race in it, but I think you and I both know that racetrack is not forgiving.
No.
At all.
The thing is, I feel like it would kind of feel like a double X in a way.
A very, very small double X.
A very, very unforgiving double X.
Yes.
Yeah.
But in terms of where I want to go, I want to make it big.
Yeah.
You see Donnie Schatz, David Gravel, Kyle Larson even. He doesn't do a lot of NASCAR no more. He does all dirt track.
Yeah.
Here and there, he'll do some NASCAR.
Well, he's a full-time NASCAR driver, let's be honest.
Well, yeah, but he's admitted before that he's like, I'd rather do dirt.
Yeah.
Like, he's admitted that before.
Yeah, and he said, like, hey, I don't mind retiring early if it means I just go race dirt more.
Right. Yeah, he said that. But as far as that goes, I definitely want to do it because it's been my dream.
Yeah.
Like I said, since I was like 3, I've always wanted to go somewhere with this.
Yeah. And I think, so Carl Edwards put this in a great way to me. He said, your goal was really simple in racing. You just need one person to say, hey, you want to drive my race car? That's it. So your goal is to convince someone to let them drive your race car. Let them drive their race car. So all you have to do, you're going to keep going to the racetrack. You're going to keep pounding out those laps. You're going to keep showing people that you can do it. So that's awesome there. It's just slow process, of course. Everyone knows that. But yeah, I think you got good goals on that front, and hopefully we do something on that front. But yeah, anything else you want to talk about on that front, or just in general?
What are your plans for this year?
So my plans for this year, definitely running full time at I-44. We were going to run the Rattler this year. Just some things came around. Got some more help in terms of just kind of helping on the crew side. That's going to be really important just to kind of make sure that we've got all that kind of good stuff. Social media, of course, we got the Throttle podcast. We're going to be doing some vlogs as well this year. We got Lauren. She's going to be helping out with some of that stuff as well. So it's looking like a good year on that front. Hopefully, goal is one ARCA race. We want to get one ARCA race in just to move the process along with getting approval. ARCA, really, you could probably get an ARCA short track license approval. That, because you've done 7 years of dirt pure stock. So
yeah, this will be my 7th year.
Yeah, so you could probably get approval for or short tracks or probably the dirt tracks for ARCA. Um, it, but once I mean, there's only so much you can offer for sponsors. So once we get a race in there by Impress, then it will kind of open the doors to like more of the bigger name tracks, and then hopefully we can move up from there. But that's my plans for this year. The goal is I want to win a super late model race at I-44 Speedway. I won the limited late model rate or 3 limited late model races last year, but that wasn't the goal. When the class was introduced, I wasn't really, I wouldn't say the biggest fan. I was kind of more like, oh, I just want to race against the super guys. But it definitely gave me an opportunity to do both of those on that front. But yeah, full time at I-44 Speedway, doing a couple tests this week, and then first race April 4th, but full time there, and then hopefully one ARCA race. So, but yeah, that's about all on that front.
Good.
So,
bigger plans than me.
well, hey, the thing is, it's all good stuff, and hopefully we'll get to see you on track a whole bunch this year.
Oh, you sure will.
Oh, heck yeah, that's awesome. So, we'll make sure to keep watching and see how you're doing on that front. But other than that, I think that's where we're going to end it off this week. So, thank you for coming on, man. I appreciate always racing with you.
Always racing with you, man. Appreciate you having me.
Of course. Take care.
Yep.